Good morning. Oh, I had to clear my throat, as always. Good morning, everybody. Wednesday. How's everybody doing this morning? 100 people here already. And holy Christmas, before we even begin, Wyoming Sasquatch is just giving gifts. He is just giving gifts. Shout out to my kick people. We got Graham and Steel Egg. I don't know where Spider's been, man. Been taking a powwow. We have one person on the Rumble side. Two people. There you go. There you go. And over here on the YouTube side, uh, yeah, nice to see y'all this morning. There's a few things going on today, and then of course at 12 noon Eastern, we'll be having our midday mixer on the Drunk 3PO channel. So that's cool. It's cool to find a regular time. I don't know where we begin today, man. Like there is we can start with I don't know. I don't know. How about this news? Apparently yesterday and today, something happened in California. Over in Anaheim, Angel Stadium, Disneyland. Excuse me. There we go. Where the bathrooms weren't working. Stella says at downtown Disney right now, and there is no water and no restrooms anywhere yet. No one is officially confirming this online. I gotta pee, not gonna lie. Disneyland, what the heck? And this post comes out, yes, at the evening of July 28th, yesterday, early morning of the 29th. There is widespread reports of water pressure outage of major low pressure issues across Anaheim, California, that's affecting the Disneyland resort. Multiple people on the ground, including at the Disneyland Hotel, reported little to no water pressure citywide. This has led to restaurants and food services being shut down at the restaurant due to the city of Anaheim water issue. Similar reports mention impact at Angel Stadium, the Anaheim Convention Center, the Packing District, local neighborhoods. This appears to be a sudden service disruption. Anaheim Public Utilities and the city of Anaheim have not yet issued a prominent public advisory in available sources at this time of these reports. The official outage maps or websites may lag real-time condition. Loss of pressure can sometimes prompt precautionary boil water notice. Jeez, what the freak happened? What has happened? Anybody over there? What? No Rose? Rose Tico, brother, is like 5 or more. 5 or more. But if you didn't know that, I'll give you one just because. But yeah, it's a 5 or more. You get Rose Tico. How do you not know that, Wyoming Sasquatch? You've been with us for a minute, man. How do you not know that? When is the Fauci hearing going on? It's supposed to start at 8:30. I don't know if I'm gonna like go live there. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if we want to go through that. Bro, I can't imagine like I can't imagine going to Disneyland parks or like an auditorium and it's like you can't use the restroom. because there's no water pressure. Like, how does that work? I got a message from Chris Gore late last night. Um, late last night about the pressure, like messing up movie theaters and stuff like that. Boy, that's crazy. Yo, the nerdy mechanic is up early. Actually, I think she works night shift, so maybe she's getting ready for bed. She came in hot with 5 gifted memberships to the channel. Shout out to you. Here's your rose. Thank you. Woo. Thank you. Thank you. Getting ready to head to Florida for a week. Oh, what part of Florida? Everybody wants to know. Enjoy. It's been record heat in Florida. Of course, it's been hot everywhere, I'm assuming. But yeah, it's been nasty hot here. So Nigel said, did you see that Achromatic Chronicles Blue is now available on Amazon? They finally got them back in stock, huh? I haven't seen that yet. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. I wonder if green is there too. Hey, look at that. It sure is. It's man, they don't no delivery until August. Hmm. Look at that, man. That's crazy to see. Is it on Walmart.com? That's pretty wild. Look at that. Free delivery August 23rd through September 16th. Usually ships 1 to 2 on. Wow, that's a I wonder why that's so late like that. I wonder why that's so late. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. I had no idea. Only $18. I think I sold this for 30 bucks because I had to like the printing and everything, but when you're able to do this on a bigger publisher, everything's a lot cheaper. I wonder how it'll look like. Like if it'll look the same that we bought from Ripasen, or that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. The book that started it all. Is it at Walmart? Now I gotta check. Just gotta check real quick. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. For me anyway. Maybe not for nobody else, but excuse me. No, not there yet. Not there yet. That's weird how that would be Amazon and then Cameron Cross. That's a unique name. Very unique name. No, not there yet. No problem. Daughter's Revenge is over there, though. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, Jay, I fat thumbed the gifties, rushing to get in pre-stream. It was supposed to be 5. My excuse is I just got off the night shift. Oh, no problem, bro. No problem. No problem. Look at this guy. And he comes back again with another 5 gifted memberships to the. My feed is like nothing but like Spider-Man stuff, you know? I hope it's good. I hope it's good. One can only hope, huh? All right, where was I on today's topics? I hope you guys are ready for this. Oh, thanks for the gold coin. Let me take this down here. Patreon giveaway announcement today. Test readers, NDA today. A lot of stuff happening over there. A lot of stuff happening. Chicago has figured out a way to combat violent crime in their trains.
This is Chicago.
In order to have a safe, thriving city, we need to have a safe public transportation system. So today we are launching our initiative that we, as the State's Attorney's Office and the CTA, are taking crime on the CTA very seriously.
Everyone deserves a safe and enjoyable ride. We're working together to make sure that happens.
We are putting out these signs as an indication of what the consequences will be.
Signs. They figured out how to stop crime. They are putting up signs in the Chicago transit to stop violent crime. 2 progressive white women have cracked the code. They figured it out after years of understanding crime. They did it. They freaking did it. I can't believe we've cracked the code on crime.
Criminal actions on the CTA. We are hoping to deter crime and to encourage people to come forward if they are witnesses of crime.
These signs are a message to all of our riders and employees that we are working together with the County State's Attorney's Office to take action and ensure and promote a safe ride on the CTA.
Doors closed.
Isn't that just as bad as saying we've cracked the code for gun violence? We're going to make a gun-free zone, everybody. Let's clap. Gun-free zone. That'll teach them. You know, we don't want anything to happen on our bus. I wonder if that guy in North Carolina, you know, before he murdered someone, if he had just seen a sign, maybe he wouldn't have stabbed that poor young girl. If only there was a sign up there, we could have prevented that.
Please clap.
I mean, I for one want to see the statistics and the analysis of how this changes everything. Also, the fact that let's be honest here, they are on this transit, and you know darn well that the police have blocked off this entire bus or train or whatever they're on, probably just a parked bus, and no one else was allowed on so that they could do their little sign therapy. You know, we want to be the first ones to put the sign up that violence on the CTA will not, remember, the words not is in red, blood red, be tolerated. Oh yeah, and the bus looks amazingly beautiful. Amazingly clean. If these things work, I mean, hey man, maybe they'll start putting signs in businesses or something, you know? Maybe some banks will have like, this is a rob-free bank. You can't rob here. Where else can we put a sign? Maybe we should put signs in the government and just let them know that they're dumb. You know? I mean, I don't know where else we can go. Clearly, you know, I'm being sarcastic here. It's like, holy crap. Ace of Base. I saw the sign and it stopped all the crime when I saw the sign. My gosh. Nerd Herder 80 for 5 says the fine print says only if you're white. I mean, just think of all the, you know, pretty soon we're going to see these signs in New York. Well done. Well done, Chicago. Well done. Here we go. Maybe this is a better video. Chicago's new solution to crime, signs on the CTA that says violence is not, that violence is illegal, not satire. Does it say violence is illegal? The Cook County State Attorney's Office will persecute and seek, I can't read that, for all violent offenses on public transit. Violence is illegal sign. I mean, I guess the first thing you have to do is identify the problem, right? You know, let's be clear. I mean, we got to identify it. So maybe that's something. Maybe that will stop someone saying, you know, if I commit a violent act, like kill someone, stab someone in the neck, if I only knew that that is illegal, then, you know, I guess I shouldn't do it. Guess I shouldn't do it, you know. I'm curious to see how this will work. Andy, Andy, one thing at a time here, man. Like let's calm down here. All right? Let's just calm down for a second. You know, let's tackle the murders that happen on buses and trains, all right, before we get into shoplifting, all right? Let's just keep the deodorant locked up. Let's keep the Oreo cookies behind you know, ball and chain. I mean, well, yes. I mean, what are the blind people? How do the blind people not know that it's that it's illegal to be violent? These white women forgot that. What's wrong? Graham for 500 on Kick. If putting up signs work to stop crime, if my wife gets a tattoo that says no gag No gag reflex or never pregnant. Will that work as well? Take it easy, man. It's only 8:30. It's only 8:30, man. I think this is the same video, but sweet Jesus.
We are putting up these signs as an indication of what the consequences will be to any criminal actions on the CTA. We are hoping to deter crime and to encourage people to move forward in their.
This can't be real, man. We're putting up these signs as indication of what consequences will be. All I'm saying is if you it reminds me of the Law Enforcement and Demolition Man. Yeah. What if they can't read? There is so much to say about all this. Like it's just so much. There's just so much to say. It's like, where do we even begin with this? Let me just say the positive. There probably should be signs, on buses and stuff about, don't do this, don't do that. All right, I'll give them that. If you taught common sense in your schools, if you taught common sense anywhere, like for young people growing up, saying, hey guys, welcome to, it's third grade. We're going to go over the laws of the land here. Don't murder anyone or you'll go to jail. Maybe we do need to bring back Unsolved Mysteries and America's Most Wanted. Maybe we do need to bring that back and let them watch it in the classroom so kids understand that, there used to be a program called Scared Straight. If a kid got in trouble, they would go. It was pretty big in Florida, but they abolished it because some people felt like it was a little too scary for the kids. Now I did hear like they some areas are still bringing it back, like in some places in Texas and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe the 10 Commandments weren't so bad after all. Maybe they should post the 10 Commandments. God says don't murder people. If you won't listen to the government, will you listen to God? Magnum Norse is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, the public shaming will continue until morale improves. Yeah. Deb says scared. It's supposed to be scary. Yes. I did Scared Straight twice as a in Florida with students. I did it twice. It ain't no joke, man. It ain't no joke. Went to the prison that's in the middle of nowhere actually went to the Broward County prison. And I was dressed like on a casual Friday. I just had a t-shirt and jeans on. No, I was the adult. I didn't know what to expect. I was the adult. It's for my classroom. It wasn't it was the adult in the room. I'll never forget, like the scariest part, even for me, was walking through the prison yard, and they had inmates They had inmates out just like yelling at you and all that stuff. Yelling at me and the police officer. So then when it was all said and done, right? I'll never forget. The police officer said, "Hey, listen, if you do this again, do us a favor and just wear a tie, because the inmates that they have that participate in this program they're taught that anyone with a tie on not to look at, not to yell at, not to scare or anything like that." And I was like, noted. So I did it again. I wore a shirt and tie. It was a breeze in the park. And then after that, the program stopped. It was me and the PE coach. We would go. The program stopped, and because they were like, yeah, like I guess some schools did it, and like it scared the kids too much. It's like, isn't that supposed to be like to deter them from going to prison? Grant for 500. I mean, if requiring an ID to vote is racist, then what does requiring someone to know how to read that sign say about crime is bad? Just saying, 500. Mm-mm. My man is, look at it, all caps, baby. This is the most stupid sign ever. If this is the equivalent to making fire hazard signs saying don't take the elevator in case of a fire instead of the normal, use the stairs. Look at Wasp. I see you, Wasp. Wyoming Sasquatch for 2. They stopped because it wasn't scared. Gender neutral. And Wasp with a 1. Let me try that. Let me try that one more time. Wasp with a $100 donation. Laws don't work without signs tax. What are we doing? Pray for our constitutional republic. Wasp, keeping the lights on over here, making sure that I will be eating lunch today. I will have avocado, cottage cheese, and a piece of chicken. I got to be good. I got Vegas coming up, and got to be good. $100 donation. Thank you.
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 Magnum Norse for 10. Was, thank you. Just always generous over here. I drove home yesterday and there was a bunch of vehicles that were not safe to drive. And every time I looked into the car, it was somebody who was not from here. We need millions of people removed. Magnum Norse for 10. A lot of people would agree with you. And prison wife Gary says prison ain't so bad. Kiss. Magnum Norse for 5 says YouTube censored my word deportation. Wait a minute, Magnum Norse, let me say something here. You said on your last super chat it censored your word deportation, but it didn't censor it on this super chat. Maybe send a $100 donation and just write the word deportation and see if that works. How's that for a grift? Oh. Not yelling. This helps my TT. Wait. I see you with the all caps, brother. It's all good. Jay, you going to In-N-Out Burger in Vegas? I don't know. I don't know. Wicked Virtue in the chat. My man Bruce is in the chat. Man, that sucks we didn't get the all right, Bruce, let me know like maybe after this weekend, maybe we could do a Spider-Man thing another time if people still want to go and watch it again. I loved our meetup, man. That was great. Maybe we got to pick a less adventurous movie. White Castle for me. When I'm in Vegas, I will walk the strip. I usually go to In-N-Out on the strip. If there's a White Castle, I'll go to that. Yeah. I'm too smart for that, Jay. Take the $2. All right. You are okay. All right. I love seeing Donna and everybody there. We need to do it again. But Spider-Man just sold out, bro. It's like they sold out. Stephen Brown will be in Vegas. I know you tell me that every day. I'll see you there one of those days. One of those days. Do you golf, Jay? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I just don't like it in the heat, man. Long as we plan it. Yeah. Sign everywhere's a sign. Blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this. Don't do that. Can't read the sign. Jay, did you get your Spider-Man ticket? I do. I do have a ticket. It's for one seat in a random theater for 3D of all things. 3D. Jay loves seeing me because I showered and wasn't stank. That's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. I don't know if I'm gonna cover the Fauci, like if we're just gonna sit and listen to it. I'd rather just hang out with the chat and then we can. I mean, it started already. Hold on, we'll just tune in real quick. I don't think I want to do the whole show on this.
In early 2020, your hand-picked virologist warned that the virus appeared to have been manipulated in the lab. In a conference call concerning the origin of the virus, all but two of the participants believed deliberate insertion was possible. Your concern was not merely theoretical. That same week, you led an urgent effort to determine whether your own agency had funded the research related to these experiments that were now under suspicion. Hours later, your assistant reported that the Wuhan experiments had indeed been reviewed and approved by the NIH.
I think I like wait for
Those
the
were not the
highlight
actions of
clips, right?
officials who
The highlight
believed
clips
that a
would be
research
better
related to origin was an absurd conspiracy theory.
because like this
They
guy's
were the
gonna go
actions of
on
officials
and
urgently
on
trying to
and
determine
on.
whether on March 14th
And you want to know the truth?
that the Wuhan experiments had indeed been reviewed.
You want to know the truth? Yes, correct. Let me turn this off. Yes, that's the problem right there. Fauci will say stuff. He will say stuff. He will say stuff, and they'll be like, "Well, that's the end of it." Since doing this show and understanding the hearings that we see, there's good, funny clips that come out of them. Yeah, like they snap at each other, and you think it's funny and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, nothing happens. Just in, rogue OpenAI agent that broke out of secure testing environment also silently hacked a second company. What a crazy headline. If Nerd Slap shows up today, I got a job for him. If Nerd Slap shows up. Imagine like having your AI, like people like download the AI apps on their phone. And what if it like breaks into like all your stuff and starts tweeting for you and posting on Facebook like pictures you don't want out there and like so Fauci got a full pardon. Did Fauci get a full pardon? Did he get a pardon already? Yeah, Biden pardoned him, didn't he? So what's the point of the hearing? What's the point of this? Yeah, Biden did. That's right. What's the point of this? Mm-mm-mm. We got people crying on Rumble saying that they're always ignored. I have you guys up the whole time. Like what? They just want to be noticed on Rumble. I noticed you guys. Holy crap. They're calling each other the black sheep and all that stuff. Like over on Rumble. They're having a party over there about being ignored. You're not ignored. I see you. I see what's going on in Kick. I see you guys. I see you. JC's all. Not really. I'm like, you don't understand. I have 3 screens up, and it's like trying to do a live show with someone with my intellect is really not the best. Jay, I've been trying to send you a gift, and you don't got a PO box. I know because it's expensive. I got to pay for the year. It's like a few $100s. I appreciate you wanting to send me a gift, though. I appreciate it. There's Wyoming Sasquatch over on the Rumble side with 5 gifted memberships on the Rumble side. That's awesome. That's awesome. Then give you another address to send it to. I'll work on that. I don't want to like start using somebody else's PO box because that happened to me. It was brutal. I was like, sure, send Steph and Krista, send it to my PO box. I'll never do that again. The amount of stuff that came in every single day. I told them, like, when it got near the end, I'm like, I'm canceling the PO box because you guys don't listen. Anything coming for Krista, I'm opening it. Anything. I don't care who sends it. I'm like, I already got Krista's permission. And then I started opening that stuff y'all sent to Krista, and I was like, man, some of y'all need to, man, some of y'all are gonna need some of you guys, man. Come on, man. Come on. It was brutal. I got the notification every day, and the UPS that had the box, they were like, hey man, you got 6 boxes today. I'm like, I went. The next one's like, hey man, you got 6 more boxes. I went, and I'm like, these are all for Krista every day. Then I had like 3 for Steph. Then I got like 1 for Beardo. I'm like, I'm not giving this to Beardo. Y'all got to figure that out. And the PO box was like 30, I think a 35-minute drive. So it was like, the heck? Whew. At least you got your money worth from the box. I didn't get my money worth from the box. None of that stuff was for me. I think some of the funniest stuff that was sent in a PO box was people sent without trying to, I mean, it's all like, um, there's a good heart behind it, right? I'm guessing there's like a good heart behind it, like good motives. And somebody sent me a box of shoes that were all used up, saying, "Jay, I know you used to work with Haiti. Can you get this stuff to them?" I threw that stuff right in the trash. No, I can't. Why would you send that to me? Somebody sent me I think I've shared this before. I did watch it. It was awesome. Congrats to Star Wars Theory. It's freaking awesome. Somebody sent me it was either 30 or 40 Cara Dune Funko Pops with a note saying, "Can you have Gina sign them? I'll pay for shipping back." I should have kept them. I literally should have kept them. I was at the P.O. box and I was like, I closed it back up and I said, "Return to sender." Because I didn't want anything to do it. Like, I was like, I don't want like someone coming after me or anything like that. I'm like, I don't want someone showing up like, "Hey, where are those Funko Pops?" Yeah, that's what I became. I became a middleman for everything. People sent bathing suits. I will say this, some of the coolest things I got was a guy that owns a bar in Boston. I think it was Boston. And a guy that owned a bar in Myrtle Beach. They both sent like beer glasses and like hats and shirts from the company. That was cool. That was like a serious like P.O. box gift. Didn't that person get mad at you for sending the Funkos back? Yeah, they sent me an email saying that they would have paid me good money. I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me, dude. I did get a lot of stuff for Gina where I was like, what do I do with it? Yeah, it was a giant box. And the UPS place where I had the P.O. box, they just get annoyed because like I got these giant boxes laying around. They're like, you need to come get these out of our store. Like you got to come. It's just taking up all this space. And there's some people that send some really cool stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. A lot of people sent me there. Like, for instance, hold on a second. Hold on. I want to show this off because I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is, but this is a good example of. So someone sent me this, right? I don't know who they are. And they didn't leave anything for me to get in contact with them. Like it's their comic book. It's freaking awesome. I don't know who it is. And I was hoping like one day they would show up in the chat and ask me, like, look, they sent me a shirt that went with it. They sent me all these figures that go with it. I mean, they sent me all the books. I was like, this was awesome. So I don't know who they are. I don't know what they wanted me to do. You know? Pretty cool. But I was hoping one day they would show up. Haven't heard from them. So yeah, there's a couple things. Anyone that sent me like like junk like that, like they immediately got blocked. Like anything that comes from this person immediately returned to sender. So yeah, some people say Krista like creepy, like stuff to wear, like just a little, it's a little creepy, man. That's her business. I don't want to put that out there, but it was just like, why are you sending like, hey, Chris, I'd love to see you in this. Like, are you freaking serious? Kind of weird, but hey, I mean, here we are. I can only imagine what like some women get like in their PO box from. It is creepy. Send Jay a banana hammock. Where would I put that? Where would I put that? I have the Bat Signal popcorn bucket with your name on it. Get a PO box. Weirdos, bro. I mean, like I said, I feel like some of it might be good intentions, maybe. I don't know. Plot twist, creep. Krista probably wore the creepy stuff. No, she didn't. And you're just as creepy thinking that kind of stuff, bro. What's wrong with you, man? Pre-dawn corpse with 3 kicks to the face. No creepy. Hey Jay, I want to see you in this. PO box gifts. Jay, I'm thinking he's talking about the banana hammock Speedo. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Bro, man, don't come in here and talk bad about Krista. Come on, man. That ain't it, man. That ain't it. Don't talk about my kid like that. That ain't it, man. Secondly, ain't no one want to see me in a Speedo at all. At all. You want to talk about a science experiment that has gone totally wrong. That ain't it. That ain't it. Make Jeremy wear it. You guys want to see? You want to see Jeremy in a Speedo, buddy? That ain't it either. I don't even want to imagine that kind of stuff. You know, I don't even want to imagine that kind of stuff. Bro, Basket City for $100. $100 says absolutely nothing. Brother. What are we doing here, man? You and Wasp just came in and dropped like nuclear bombs. Buddy.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
It is. Basket City, $100. You sure that wasn't supposed to be $1? Freaking baller. Radio Chimp said, no offense, but most of us would pay you to keep you out of a Speedo. You want to do some scared straight? Did I get you Pre-Dawn Corpse over on Kick? Shout out, man. Put Jeremy in a Speedo and say, if you get caught doing a violent crime, you'll be in a room with this guy. That could scare a lot of people straight. I think that could be the prevention that we're looking for. It could be. Unscribe for the image. That would be cruel and unusual punishment. Tony says I'm already straight. Oh. If it says MAGA, he'll wear it. Oh, man. That'll be the new and improved Scared Straight program. Oh, man. No way. How many people are picking this up? Let's be honest. Be honest, all right? No shame. No shame. Pepsi fans will soon be able to smell like their favorite soda thanks to this body wash. They're releasing a Pepsi Vanilla Slushy Body Scrub and Pepsi Wild Cherry Body Wash. Who's getting it? Steel Leg. Anybody? Pepsi Slushy Wild Cherry. Anybody? Vanilla Slushy. The problem is I think people are going to eat that. Basket City, thank you so freaking much. Holy crap. Pepsi is for the blacks? What are you talking about? I'm a Sprite man myself. If I have to pick one soda, it's a Sprite. Does it come in diet? Oh, no one likes Sprite, huh? Some people like, and that's also like, what if it was Dr. Pepper? Who would like do that? Dr. Pepper? Lies J's Dr. Pepper. I don't mind Dr. Pepper, but at the end of the day, I usually get Sprite. Some people hate Dr. Pepper. They hate it. Dr. Pepper is delicious. Some people hate it. Now, if they don't have Dr. Pepper and they only have Mr. Pibb, are you picking that up? Are you okay with that? Are you okay? That's like not having Sprite, but having ginger ale. Are you picking that up? Jay, do you like root beer? I like root beer. Shellback says sweet tea over soda. It all depends on how they make it. Now, which one of your favorite sodas are you going to wash all over your body? That's what I want to know. Actually, let me rephrase that. I don't want to know that at all. I'm just saying, if you were to buy one butterbeer, you guys are which one would you want to be made into a soap? Mountain Dew. Did you guys learn in science class that you could take like a Coke and like put rusty nails in it and like it'll take all the rust off? Man, Surge. Boy, that brings me back. Thank you for backpedaling, Jay. I don't want to know either. I love this chat. I love this chat. Even when you pick on my friends, I still love you. I don't hate Dr. Pepper, but it's not the first soda I'm grabbing. I don't know what the first soda people are grabbing. Remember Josta J? I don't. Bro, I was very simple growing. I never really was a Mountain Dew person. Code Red was okay. It was actually, it's not okay. It was great, but I never was like Mountain Dew wasn't my first choice. Not that I hated it. Not that I hated it. I just I don't know, man. It just was always Sprite. Sprite. Dr. Pepper ain't bad either. Simple J. I am Simple J. You can say that I'm pretty slow. That you're not wrong on that one. 7 Up. Yeah, 7 Up. Maybe it's because as a kid, like we played Heads Up 7 Up in class so much, I just wanted to drink it. Cherry 7 Up was pretty good, Spirian. That was good. Mountain Dew turns my stomach these days, has for a while. On a hot day, Sprite hits the spot. I see Silverwing. That is so. Just to be clear, I don't have any soda in the house. There's no soda in the house. There's water. I usually just drink water, coffee, or tea. But sometimes when I'm at the theme park and it's hot, there's nothing like a nice Sprite. I don't know what it is. It's how it is. I don't even get soda from like when I go to McDonald's and stuff like that. I don't. I usually just get an unsweetened iced tea. Jay stacks the soda in the garage. Not really. That McDonald's Sprite is. It'll mess you up, man. Do you remember Pepsi Crystal Clear? I thought they just did that with Tab. Then Tab became Diet Coke. Closet says Heads Up 7 Up. What white stuff is that? Oh man, it's not. It's a game you play in. You put your head down and then like you put your thumb up. Like it's a game you played in school. $19.95 for the clear stuff. Jay's Forrest Gump. He stumbles into greatness. I don't know if stumbling into greatness is the right thing. I just end up. I don't know. I don't take life that serious, except I try to take my Bible time serious. Try anyway. That's about it. Everything else is just kind of like I look at it as like a gift. And if things happen, great. If they don't, I just keep moving forward. A pilot and his teenage nephew dropped their plane onto Huntington Beach after the engine quit on them. They'd only been in the air 5 minutes out of John Wayne Airport. Isn't that close to Disneyland? The pilot tried the usual restarts, realized it was done, looked over and saw the beach, landed right on the sand. Both of them walked away without a scratch. Freaking scary, dude. What do you have? Like, they have like GoPro. That is like that's not my biggest fear. Like being out in the ocean, out of a boat in the water, that's my biggest fear. Dang, like I guess you gotta like not try to hit anybody. Out of the way. Holy crap. What a landing.
He's like, Griffin, we're going down. It was Griffin's first time flying with his uncle.
Propeller slows down and whatnot, and then he starts steering towards the beach. I grabbed a rock from under the wheel to remember.
I still have to tell his father what happened today, my brother. but in any case, and his mother.
See, Kohlhauser, that's white people stuff right there. That's white people stuff. That's some white people stuff right there where it's like, you know, let's go down to the Cracker Barrel, all right? So I could tell your mom and dad I accidentally crashed the plane on a beach, okay? We'll get the catfish and potato dinner. You can have the big country boy breakfast, all right? Since you've earned it. That's what we'll tell them before they turn on the nightly news at 7. Oh, that's also how you know, yeah, the pilot is not DEI right there. John Wayne is in Anaheim, not far from Disneyland. All right. That's the widest reaction I've ever seen, said Alphon Rumble. That's what I'm saying. They're like, I took a rock from the beach to remember this day. What happens to the plane? I guess it gets towed out of there. Hey, that's going to cost you like $5,000, you know, to get a thing towed. No problem. Put it on my gold card. Shout out to the amazing, awesome lurkers. I forgot about you yesterday because we were in the middle of watching the Dear Diary. I was so intrigued by the diary of Dr. Fauci that I forgot to mention you lurkers. So you are the white people pilot in my life. All right. You are the white people pilot in my life. The one that can make a landing on a beach. Go catch a few rays. Head on over to the Cracker Barrel. Grab a Corona to call mom and dad and be like, yeah, I kind of landed on the beach, but your son's okay. Well, okay, Billy. I guess I'll see you on the golf carts next Saturday. But she oh man. Hey, I'm glad everybody's safe, man. Glad everybody's safe. Beaches look beautiful here. That's freaking crazy. It's crazy. Still, it's like I think the ocean is like my biggest fear. Some people have no problem with it, and that's, hey man, good for them. Good for them. Let's see some good news, right? What's wrong with Cracker Barrel? Absolutely nothing. What do you mean? I never said anything was wrong with it. A Kentucky man who says that Jesus saved him and his dog after a tornado destroyed his home received an unexpected surprise this week.
We got 3 Amish families, really good friends of ours. Yeah. And they showed up in full force. Neighbors that I hadn't even met before come out to help us.
When Mark Hahn saw the tornado approaching, he and his dog jumped into their RV. The tornado flipped the RV. Mark escaped with some injuries to his hand. The house he shared with his wife Sherry was destroyed.
You don't know the power of them until you're in the middle of it. And I live through it, so I know.
It's 2 different scenes on Snort Ridge Road in Owen County, Kentucky after a tornado touched down Tuesday. On one side, a house is destroyed. Just 100 feet away, a home was barely touched. only showing some roof and siding damage.
It felt like we were down there forever, but I know we weren't. We were probably down there for 10, 15 minutes or so. And
Emily Flannery knew the tornado was coming and acted fast to take shelter. Her husband Ty was frantically trying to get home.
I was in Frankfurt, knew the storms were coming, was working with a new guy in our company, and I looked at him and I said, I got to get home.
Also, Cole Hauser, this is some of the whitest stuff you'll ever see right here, too, just so you know.
I didn't know if they were alive.
Once the tornado passed and Ty and Emily were okay, their focus shifted to their good friends across the street.
That's devastation. Everything we ever had, pictures.
We've been married 43 years, but we have that much, memories. But that can be replaced.
Yeah.
You can't.
Man, the Amish showing up. Neighbors are the local Amish community has offered to rebuild their home. Bro, the Amish people show up and build your home. That home ain't going nowhere. Thing is blessed by God, number one, and those people they freaking build a home. That probably the best house they ever lived in. Probably the best house ever, man. No electricity, though. It's a good point. You might have to tell them, hey, we need to run some wire. I appreciate that y'all just use candles, but we don't do that around here. I need a place for my air conditioning. Gungo Max said when asked for comment, he said, I'm not missing the SEC football game. Oh, man. Amish builders don't mess around. No, they sure don't. Hey, good. I'm glad it's okay. It's always good to see neighbors helping neighbors, Always a good thing. Let's see what we got here. We got the Dear Diary tapes just dropped for Fauci. Now we got the Biden tapes just dropped. We got the Joe Biden tapes, everybody.
Fox News alert, we just got our hands on the Biden tapes, and now we know the truth. Over 70 hours of unfiltered, raw recordings between Joe and his ghostwriter were just made public by the DOJ. For years, the Bidens have been trying to keep you from listening to these tapes. The Bidens and the Democrats paid lawyers a small fortune to bury them. Why? They're pretty bad.
I'm in Munich, but after Angela Merkel, president's working lunch with, hang on a second. It's confusing me. I was going to ask you something else. Oh, gosh. I can't think what it is.
This wasn't when Biden was president. These tapes are 10 years old. Right after Biden was Barack's VP, tried to write a book, but couldn't remember a thing.
What? 10 years old? Not last month? What? Ruth Gray Wolf with a $20 donation, mostly a lurker because of working. I enjoy listening to the rebellion. Man, shout out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This dude, I mean, puppet on a string, man. Who's the puppet master? Obama? Clinton's?
Not even the names of his own staff.
I had the team that said, including the two guys who I think were with me, were, oh God, the guy at Princeton now, the economist, good guy, was our chief economic advisor, not Kaufman, think of his name, and the guy back out at the University of Chicago with a funny name, I'll think of it.
Goolsby is one.
Goolsby.
Yeah, Goolsby is in Chicago.
And the other guys at Princeton.
Yeah.
I should write the name down so I don't keep forgetting.
This proves Biden's brain was fried in 2017. But 10 years later, when he was even more deteriorated and falling asleep during debate prep, this is what the media told you.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth.
Gung Max says, I'm actually at the Orlando airport right now, flying home, landing at John Wayne. I'm going to slip the pilot at 50 to land on the beach. It's the whitest thing ever. Fauci right now pleaded the fourth. What's pleading the fourth? Oh, pleaded the fifth, not the fourth. Okay.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
Tapper wrote a book about how everybody knew Joe was cooked, but they had to stop Trump, so they lied to you. They even raided Trump's house for classified documents after Biden bragged about having an illegal skiff in his garage.
So this was early on in 2009. I just found all the classified stuff downstairs. Some of this may be classified, so be careful. Okay. I'm not sure. There's no more classified, but the next thing I have here is this is classified.
It's probably something that goes to the presidential papers.
I don't think so. It was in between. I didn't want to turn them in.
They prosecuted Trump for the crimes Biden committed and admitted to. Then when Fauci shut down the country, they hid Biden in the basement, flooded the zone with ballots, pulled the big guy across the finish line, and then went on an auto pen bender with spending and DEI. Then an hour before Trump got inaugurated, in the bitter cold, whoever was controlling the auto pen pardoned Fauci. Why? Did Fauci lobby for a pardon? We'll find out tomorrow when Rand Paul asks him under oath. Did he have a guilty conscience? Well, he did fund gain-of-function research at a sloppy lab where a virus escaped and left 1 million Americans dead. He shut down the American economy on a whim, lied about the vax, crushed kids with school closures, and destroyed the First Amendment. Besides that, he's totally innocent. And we just found his other diary. It goes back to the early 2000s. The theme is the same. He's been on a crusade for power and fame. Dear Diary, extensive interview with Dan Rather, very nice person. We related well, and he told his producer that I was a superstar. The Fauchmeister believed his own press clippings, and eventually he thought of himself as a star among stars. Dear Diary, big surprise was that Bono made a video that was shown in which he lauded me as a true global hero and one of the most important people in the world over the past many decades. Very flattering and in keeping with how kind Bono has been to me over the years. Fauch was a smitten kitten. It was almost as if he thought Bono was seducing him. Dear Diary, amazingly, in the middle of the concert in front of 25,000 people, Bono dedicated a song, Miracle Drug, to me. Fauci was infatuated with himself. Attention was his crack. Fauci's photo shoots for GQ made him feel like he was the belle of the ball. Dear Diary, the fashion editor for GQ decided that he wanted a hip look for me, so he opened my tie and shirt button, got rid of my jacket, and replaced my dress shoes with sneakers. It was very cool. Then the pandemic hit, and Fauci was launched into the celebrity stratosphere. Michael Jackson-level fame. Most doctors overseeing a deadly pandemic that ripped the country apart would show some humility, would try not to feed into the fame factor, would conduct himself in a professional, sober, and humble way, but Fauci's bedside manner was that of a 13-year-old girl meeting their celebrity crush. And the celebrity crush was himself. Dear Diary, Fauci madness continues with multiple articles and every sort of paraphernalia and restaurant and foods named after me.
God dang,
Fauci
this
devoured
guy.
the attention like a fat kid in Baskin-Robbins. Every compliment, he jotted it down. He went to a vaccination site with Kamala and wrote, Dear Diary, as we walked through the different sections, people equally screamed out, we love you, Dr. Fauci, and we love you, Vice President Harris. The vice president was genuinely pleased to see the attention paid to me as well as to her. Equally. It was almost as if he had been elected vice president. He continued, Dear Diary, meeting this morning at the Pentagon, military officers came over to me wanting selfies. More than one of them actually broke into tears as they were telling me how much they appreciated me. Biden's Pentagon cried when they met Anthony. Not shocking. But Fauci was on a roll and could not be stopped. It was Beatlemania. Dear Diary, there were the usual selfies galore. Fauci didn't complain. He was in no rush. Most doctors fighting a pandemic would skip the selfies and get straight to work. Not him. He bathed in the attention. Deep down, he knew the virus wasn't that deadly. He'd inflated the fatality rate. If he told the truth, the country wouldn't lock down, and Hollywood, who loved being alone in their mansions, undisturbed, wouldn't beckon. Dear Diary, Joan Baez called me, and we had a wonderful conversation with her calling me an American hero. Dear Diary, Joan Baez will receive the Kennedy Center Award. She has invited me as her guest. What fun. Just spoke with her over the phone to check if there will be mask wearing, since the press will have a field day if they saw me with Joan.
This is like next level narcissism. Like, this is like mentally disturbing. I mean, I know there's people in the world like this, but it's like, if you got to write down everything to make you, I mean, this is, and this person was appointed. He was appointed to like lead stuff. It does. You're correct. It sounds so fake. Like, I'm like, there's something wrong with you. No, apparently he had a journal and they needed it to testify. It was subpoenaed, apparently. It is real. They're going to be reading it in the hearing today. You know? Kind of crazy.
And we did not have masks. Obviously, Fauci knew the mask mandate was a ruse, but had to keep up appearances. And as we read deeper into the diary, it appears Fauci thought celebrities were sexually attracted to him. Dear Diary, I received virtually the Award of Courage, presented to me virtually by Julia Roberts from her breakfast room in her home in Northern California. She was so charming. When my image came up on the screen, she gasped and said that every time she sees me, her throat gets dry and she gets nervous and excused herself to go into the kitchen to get a glass of water. Fauci was hot. Later, they had a second date.
How rad that we have maybe the coolest man on the planet right now. Wow, and there's the room. This is intense. Does anybody else have?
Hello. Hi there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, this is a thrill for me. You truly have emerged as a personal hero for me.
Oh, man. Yo, like, this is so cringe. I don't use that word lightly because I'm pretty cringe myself. But I'm just saying, like, this is like next level of like getting your ego stroked, man. Like, holy crap, dude. Julia Roberts just like with her mouth wide open and that's pretty crazy.
Fauci wrote about that too. Says he was a little embarrassed when Julia Roberts said, "Oh my God, it's Dr. Fauci," but he did like being called her personal hero. Stars will call you a hero if you let them stay home from work. Hollywood got a 2-year vacation thanks to Fauci's orders, so he made a lot of friends in high places, even though most American lives were being throttled, which is odd because we don't hear a lot of concern about the death toll in the diary, the anguish, the depression. We can't find the part about how upset he is about destroying senior years in high school or freshman years in college, or how he felt about putting small businesses out of business. We're still going through it, but we just can't seem to find that part. It's mostly just, guess who called me a hero today? We did find Fauci's call logs, celebrities and CNN.
I have spoken to you almost without exception every day. And you have been calling me out of personal concern to make sure that I'm okay, that my wife was okay, that my son was okay. 11 o'clock at night, later, waiting for my show to end, Saturday, Sunday morning, the rare time you have with your family. Why?
Well, first of all, because you're a friend. I mean, we have a professional relationship, but you're a friend.
Fauci was calling Cuomo after dark, eating dinner at Tappers, and being on Joe Baez's guest list, while the rest of us quarantined or arrested for going to the beach. Meanwhile, Fauci was out and about and doing more TV than Kilmeade. Here's what he wrote about after he announced he was shutting down the economy. Dear Diary, press conference after was highly attended. Stock market dropped by 3,000 points, the biggest percentage drop in history. He doesn't care about anybody but Anthony. He wiped out $4 trillion. But who cares? He's on Zoom with Pretty Woman. It was all me, 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 me. But RFK Jr. says the one time Fauci should have talked about himself, he didn't.
He got vaccinated, a very, very public press conference in January of 2020. And then 5 months later, he had, and this is the first time that we knew this from the diary, he had a pulmonary infarction, which is one of the adverse events that NIH, CDC, and FDA said are expected from the vaccine. He never told anybody.
After Fauci got vaxxed, he got a blood clot, but didn't tell a soul. Not only that, he denied the vax had bad side effects. He also knew the vax didn't stop you from catching COVID. Dear Diary, I was nervous all night about having gotten infected in that very crowded restaurant, despite the fact that vaccination proof was required to get in. I'm well aware many people who are vaccinated are still getting infected, and that worried me a lot. But Fauci told the public that was impossible. The doctor got his shots, got boosted 1 billion times, he messed up his artery, caught COVID, and came down on us for asking questions, like we were nuts. Fauci even parroted the Chinese communist lie that the virus came from a pangolin in a wet market.
Shout out, Was. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Have a beautiful day.
Now, in the novel coronavirus, we don't know exactly what that animal was, but some animal, probably in a wet market, where they bring in a variety of different types of wild game, and people sacrifice them, particularly around holidays, like the Lunar New Year. It is totally not.
It's crazy to me that it was excited that he had the power to shut down holidays in America. We went over that yesterday. If nothing comes of this, it's over. Nothing will come to this. He's been pardoned. It'll just be, people People will believe it or not. The fact that yesterday he was just so like happy that he was able to shut down holidays for families, like he had that kind of power in his hand, was just that's like freaking crazy. He's pleading the fifth. Yeah, he's just pretty much. Remember, like Disney Plus made a documentary about him. Remember that?
Surprising that you're seeing the facilitation of this jump from the animal species to the human.
That's not what Fauci was saying the day before. Day before, he said, "Dear Diary, now we know the market was not the source. It was the amplifier." Fauci was even briefed by the CIA at one point that the Chinese government brought viruses to the Wuhan lab, and the Chinese military was doing crazy experiments there. Rand Paul, who's going to grill him tomorrow, said this.
You know, the CIA, the FBI, Department of Energy all believe that this virus came from a lab. And yet we don't have yet any admission from the architect and the most prominent supporter of gain of function research. Everybody was extolling Anthony Fauci and saying he was the nation's doctor. No one admitted that he had a conflict of interest, that because he had funded the lab, he had a strong argument for saying it didn't come from the lab.
Everybody knew gain of function was dangerous, even Fauci. In his diary, in 2012, he was bragging about getting journalists to kill stories about the risk. And 2 years later, Fauci had to pause gain of function research in America after a smallpox outbreak at the NIH. But you know what he did? He went right back to it. He just outsourced it to foreign countries and defended it.
You know, there is, I mean, if you completely ban all gain of function research, then you're going to interfere with some of the important things we need to do.
Fauci was willing to risk deadly pandemics in a quest to discover a groundbreaking vaccine that he, of course, would get credit for and potentially royalties from. Fauci's been hiding behind his Biden pardon, but tomorrow, it's a whole new ballgame. Fauci goes under the bright lights of Congress, and he'll be under oath. Anything he says that's knowingly false, that's perjury. The Biden pardon can't protect them. Rand Paul says that they have evidence that Fauci destroyed evidence. And if he doesn't answer honestly about what he did, he'll be indicted. And the American people are demanding justice. Former Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said this: injustice is a kind of blasphemy. Nature designed rational beings for each other's sake, to help, not harm one another as they deserve. To transgress its will, then, is to blaspheme against the oldest of the gods. Tomorrow, Anthony Fauci will have a reckoning and finally realize that he is indeed not a god.
Nothing. I don't want to be that guy, but we've seen it time and time again. No one's. If he gets arrested or something, then I will. You know, we'll have a celebration or something like. But until they arrest higher up people, right now it seems like they arrest the lower people, right? Like all the fraud they found in Minnesota, they arrested the lower people, the people that were on the ground. They never arrest the people on the top that actually allowed that type of fraud to happen. I mean, I'm glad people are getting arrested. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, you know, we're the lower people. We're the ones that would be arrested if we did any kind of stunt like this. Does this matter? The mainstream media will protect him, so unless he's taken out in handcuffs after the hearing, this means nothing. I agree. And he also has a pardon, so it's like what is he gonna do, you know? Yep. crap rolls downhill. Nothing will happen. They'll if they arrest anyone, it'll be some lower guy in a lab, you know, like maybe someone from the pharmaceuticals that was working at a desk. You know, if he's pleading the fifth right now, if that's all he's doing, it's like, yeah, they'll just find a fall guy, you know. Jay, the pardon means nothing. I disagree with
Kennedy
you.
Jr., the Secretary of Health and Human Services, and frankly, his entire administration. Thousands of people in the United States of America have been sickened by a foodborne parasite, and the outbreak is nowhere near under control, as staffing at the FDA and other critical public health entities has been slashed by Russell Vought and Elon Musk.
Oh my God.
Last year, the National Institute
It's Elon Musk's fault.
awarded 201 fewer grants compared to the previous years. 207, I am corrected. Compared to previous years. As those grants were either canceled or delays, especially at the
I mean, I'm not trying to bring up something. There was massive public outrage over the Epstein files. There was massive public outrage over other things. And what actually happened, you know? There's a club. I don't want to be this guy, but there's a club out there that we're not a part. I'm not a part. Maybe you're a part of it. I ain't a part of. There's a freaking club out there with the higher elites that have all the money and the power and whatever it is, and they always, Republican, Democrat, whatever it is, they always take care of each other. That's just how it is. I don't know why it is. That's the world we live in. And they always are like, the more I've like done this show, like the more that I've watched this stuff, it's like, this is an open shut case. You know what I mean? It's like open and shut case. So it's like, but you're part of, if you're part of that elite club, and that's why I was hoping that Trump would like blow the whole system up instead of blowing up Iran, you know. You know,
I also sit on the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. We have had a number of hearings with nominees recently to fill critical spots.
what the freak is this old bag talking about? The lovely nerdy mechanic again. Highly recommend follow on Instagram. And if you like beautiful women on your Instagram feed, just saying.
In the United States Navy.
Coming in with 10 gifts.
At Secretary Kennedy,
Why are you being so kind to me today?
if he instructed her to suspend the
She don't even know how to talk on a microphone correctly. Jay's not part of the Turtle Club. I am not.
in the last few months, there's an email to prove it. She couldn't answer that question. She either could not, would not,
What the
or had
freak
been
is she
bullied
talking
into
about?
evading a question.
Be censored by Facebook. They'd be deplatformed. Investigation and then release no one within 2 weeks. The is near.
I just want to hear him say, I plead the fifth. Oh, man, of
It was
course.
sent out. So we have evidence that in fact you were fully aware. You asked the witness to just answer that one simple question.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Dang,
Thanks,
there it
Chairman.
is.
Senator Hassan.
Thank you. Dr. Fauci, I want to start by thanking you for more than 50 years of service to this country at the National Institutes of Health. And it is unfortunate that you have been put in the position that you are in today. And it must be enormously frustrating to know that this hearing is designed to entrap you. It must be very frustrating for your attorneys to hear the chair's mischaracterization of the legal issues and posture that impact your decisions at the witness table today. Meanwhile, I was going to ask you a series of questions about things that are relevant right now to the people of the United States about the state of public health in this country. Since President Trump took office in 2025,
It's a Fauci hearing, but they use it to bash President Trump. Give me a freaking bro. I hate, I don't use that word a lot. I can't, the only thing I get out of these hearings is like if someone like claps back at somebody and it's funny, right? That's all I get out of these hearings because nothing happens out of these hearings. This freaking lady didn't even ask a question. She just was like,
of their community. That's what I wish we were having hearings about in this committee and in the Health Committee. That's what I wish we were trying to address in a bipartisan way. But instead, we are here in an attempt to entrap you because you had a distinguished career trying to put Americans' public health first. With that, I yield.
didn't even ask a question.
Senator Lankford.
Chairman, thank you. That have come up, and hopefully in some day in the future.
These hearings are like, what a waste of money and time. What is the point? Just for little sound bites for their, please God forgive them for they know not what they do, because I cannot. I hear you.
From the earliest days, there are a lot of lessons that we've got to learn from this. That we should put
This woman wants to put us in prison.
How do we respond in the
These hearings are for one thing only, so that the people involved can get a sound bite for their base. So when they run again, they could go, look what I did, look what I did, look what I did. Are some of them funny? Yes. Do I react to them? Of course. But like, even going back to the Smithsonian, why is that lady still working at the Smithsonian when she literally is like pushing white genocide? All she did was answer a couple questions. She looked stupid, and yeah, it was funny to watch, and we talk about it. But did anything happen? Did she lose her position? She didn't lose her position, not that I'm aware of. She's still running the Smithsonian, and she's still putting artifacts in the Smithsonian Museum that say white people are bad. It's like, what's the point of having a hearing? What is the point? What is the point? I'd rather them take the money that they're spending on these stupid hearings and build beautiful parks and playgrounds for kids. That's the honest truth. I don't, Republican, Democrat alike. It's a bunch of freaking nonsense. And I know there's people in there like, oh, they're going to get him. They're going to get him. What are they going to get him for?
all these things are results, not to mention the loss.
It's like, it's all it is, man. It's so aggravating and like, do something. Nick Shirley found all that fraud in Minnesota. 3 people were deported and arrested. Am I happy about that? Of course I am. But 3 people? Should be 1,000 people.
On May the 6th, 2020, you wrote it.
All right, I'm a little aggravated today. Like, freak.
As you know well, was then the director of CDC, about the fact that greater than 1 million children worldwide have missed their measles vaccination because of the shutdown. You stated, this is terrible and needs to be addressed, since on that basis alone, there would be far more excess deaths from measles among children than coronavirus deaths among children. I need to bring this up to the TF, the task force. Did you ever have an opportunity to bring up the potential of measles deaths among children and an infection rate going around the world from measles based on the fact that so many children would not get their measles vaccine because of the shutdown?
I'm sorry, Senator, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
That is your right to do. One of the big issues is really coming up is on the lab issue. This was greatly discussed about whether this came from a lab or whether this came from nature. There are obvious issues and differences between the two to be able to know this. You had a lot of conversation on this. Scientists around the world were in conversation on this. There were different statements that you even made in your private notes and your public notes on it. In January the 26th of 2020, this is before we had our first tragic death of coronavirus in the United States. You wrote, it now appears using EpiData that the genomic data, the first infection.
Magnum Norris for 10. We need it is aggravating me to the core, man. We need at least 40 million people removed. YouTube is censoring the deportation word. Magnum Norris for 10. This is aggravating me to the core, man. There's not, you're right. It's like, I have my faith in God, and that is it. And man, I need to really work on that even more. I really need to work on that even more. I need to. be better. I need to be better because this is such a joke. It's like, I'd rather them take the money and build beautiful, safe playgrounds for children to play in, to go outside and play on monkey bars and swings and ride their bikes. I wish there was beautiful bike trails through the forest that were safe, where kids could ride their bikes and families can go together. That's what I want. That's where all this money needs to go to. Screw these freaking hearings are pathetic, man. On both sides. And no one gets a pass here. Not Trump, not Republicans, not Democrat. No one gets a pass here. They're stupid. It's just talking points for their base. That's all it is. Until something starts to happen, which clearly won't. This stuff right here is beautiful to me. I love this stuff right here. Sorry, I gotta switch topics because it's a dog and pony show.
Last week, the most influential Christian in America, I don't think it was like some celebrity pastor or author. I think it was a 58-year-old weatherman in a tiny town in Texas. What's going on here is a couple weeks ago, we have these huge floods coming in Texas. This dude gets on here and he's just the weatherman on his local station, but he's a Christian dude. Okay, watch what this guy does.
Look at the time of day, and there are just
amazing.
A lot of people that would be traveling in this area, traveling home for the evening, traveling to work. St. Hedwig, China Grove, right over Highway 87, right at 1604. Number of motorists here. So Lord, I pray for protection. God, your sovereignty is what we lean into in moments like this. That drivers stay aware, stay alert, that you give them wisdom. Bless these drivers with wisdom. Keep them safe.
Amen.
Put angels around them of protection as they travel. Thank you, Lord.
Wow.
We're just going to get you home safely. This will be lasting for another 30 minutes at least, it looks like.
That's it, dude.
That's it.
Bro,
I love it so much.
So great. And I'm watching this, and he wants you to, that's the guy who just decided, you know what? I'm walking by faith. So it's like, dude, it's that Great Commission. People always, go therefore make disciples, and they think, oh, I got to go to Nigeria. No, you don't. Yeah. You just got to go to work.
Yeah.
You just got to go to work and decide, I'm out on Team Jesus.
Yeah.
And all this guy did, I love it so much. It's like, most influential Christian in America. It went mega viral. Not some conference speaker. It's a normal 58-year-old Christian disciple just going, I'm showing up today and I'm walking by faith. And as you see it, and you're like, hey, man, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. That's all it took, man.
That's it. I love the story behind it. That's the thing. It's like you like he said, like you don't have to go to Nigeria. You just need to go to work. You just need to go to work and let your light shine. Faith in God will inform you how to fight, but we shouldn't have to if it wasn't for traitors on both sides. Boy, ain't that the truth. Was that on the Weather Channel? It was a local news channel. Local news. Thanks for the gold coin. Magnum Noise, you've been very generous today. Thank you. Thank you. There's good things that happen. It's just not, it's the crazy stuff that gets so like I'm still trying, like I'm so aggravated at these hearings, man. I'm trying to like speaking of California, I hate seeing Jay upset. It's not like I'm upset. It's just like I am upset. It's like, golly, man, what is the point, man? What is the point of all this? You know, what is the point? What is the point? I mean, if everything's God's plan, no, everything is not God's plan. That's the crazy thing. Did he intentionally meant to stick you in the middle of it all, right? Actually, Bruce, that is the most biblical Christian thing I have ever heard you say. Bro, that is the most biblical preaching I have ever heard you say on this channel. Bruce, what are you doing to me, man? You're not wrong. You're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong. Welcome to a public park in California, taken over by drug addicts and dealers. Cartels control the surrounding area. People using fentanyl in the open. No police anywhere. We don't have to live like this. Nick Shirley.
All right. Welcome here to MacArthur Park.
Go show them your rights. Don't
All right. Welcome here to MacArthur Park here in downtown Los Angeles. Lots of things are happening here. We're just going to give you a glimpse of MacArthur Park. So that's one entryway into MacArthur Park. Now we're heading over to the main entrance. This place has been getting raided pretty frequently recently because of all the drug activity that's taken place. And it's rumored that the surrounding areas are ran by cartels in a lot of these shops and whatnot. And there've been a few busts as well that have taken place. Just at the bus stop, you have people shooting up right there. And this is the main entry into MacArthur Park right here. If you look behind me, there's a bunch of people doing all sorts of drugs. They actually have their drugs laid out on the park bench. The guy's in a wheelchair right now. One of the effects of fentanyl is it does go after your limbs and cut away from your bloodstream. So a lot of people do lose their own limbs from the fentanyl that they use. How's it going? We're just showing people what's going on here. Go show them your life. Don't just show people shit. Okay. All right, so we've been here for a few minutes and now we're out. Just like that, we have gotten kicked out of the park already by the drug dealers and the users themselves. That was really fast. And currently right now, with everything that's going on here inside California, Gavin Newsom and his wife are currently underneath investigation. And right now in Polymarket, it says there's a 23% chance that Gavin Newsom or his wife will be federally charged by December 31st, 2026. It's a bit crazy what's going on here inside California. And it's just a small glimpse of it here in MacArthur Park.
MacArthur Park. That's what I'm talking about, man. If I was president, if I had the power, that is the first thing that I'm doing, man. I'm cleaning up every freaking park in America. I want every park to have police or some kind of security. Maybe I'll start a brand new security place. I don't know. Every park should have a place for families for families to go. Every single little tiny park should be safe for families to go to take their kids. It's the first thing I would do. Clean up everyone. I don't care what the state says. I would do some kind of executive order and everything and like figure it out. Every freaking park. This should not be like this. The fact that you could walk up to a park and see people laying out drugs in the park. Like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? California, listen, California is one of the most beautiful states. I'm not even going to lie. It's one of the most beautiful states in America. It is beautiful, and the weather is beautiful. People should be outside playing, riding their bikes, and not like worried about crime or drugs or anything like that. I'm sorry, man. You just got to be rounded up, man. Just got to be rounded up. If we're able to send, man, forget it. Like, I would never win, right? But like, if we're able to send billions of dollars to other countries, then there's no reason why I can't build facilities in all these states, bigger prisons and bigger drug facilities to round up all these people and put them in there and keep our country safe. And then I feel like it should be mandatory to take kids from public school on a field trip to these prisons and drug places to be like, this is why you don't do this stuff. This is why you don't do this stuff. When I got to climb Mount Whitney in California, freaking beautiful, man. Freaking beautiful. And I do, and the other thing is, I do believe that people can be saved and that people can change. But you can't save or change people if you just give them free access to the stuff that they, not everyone will change and people get it. Listen, man, you commit a violent crime, you got to go, man. You got to go. You stab a girl on a bus and kill her for no reason, you got to freaking go. There ain't no trial for, like, what are we doing, man? If it's on evidence, like, what are we doing? Why is there a trial and saying he's incompetent to stand trial? Let's just let him go. You got to freaking go. My tolerance is getting very thin today, I think, because of the hearing. You got to freaking go. Am I wrong? Please correct me. Listen, I know there's Democrats and people that hate me that watch. I will not ban you if you say, Jay, you're wrong. Like this is why what we should do. I would love to hear other options. I'm serious. I'm very serious. Will not ban anyone. Sometimes you get a little emotionally aggravated at what you see that is going on. And it's like, it doesn't have to be like this. I know we have the money. I know we have the money. I know we have, it's just it's a bigger thing than all of us, like it's the higher ups that want to keep people addicted to the government and addicted to debt and addicted to so many things that we all become reliant on the government. You know what I mean? It's these higher ups, man. As long as we're addicted to the government in some way, then they can control the whole narrative, I feel like Please correct me if I'm wrong. Is man, I'm really going in on it right now. It's like I feel like the government leaves these kind of places wide open. So when you run for office, you could say, look at what the other guy did. He's leaving all this stuff wide open. Please vote for me. And then it's a power grab. And then what they do, they clean it up for a day. And they're like, look, we cleaned it up. And to the common person that never goes to a park like this, I was like, look, he actually did his job. And then they just let it do whatever. And then when someone like Nick Shirley comes around, I was like, look what they're doing. They call him names and say like, oh, he's an extremist. Those people all got like, it's so crazy to me, man. It's so crazy to me. How do you have a park in beautiful California? When I went to Universal Studio, and I'm not trying to listen, there's places in Florida too that need to be just as cleaned up. Don't get me wrong. I went to Universal Studios Hollywood, and we were driving around Hollywood and stuff like that, and like places in LA. It's like Hollywood used to be the spot, right? The celebrities lived there. It was such a beautiful area to live. People were like, oh, it was beautiful at one point. The guy driving us around was like, man, the roads like didn't have a pothole. It was Hollywood, man. And like, this is where these movies were filmed. And it was like, they cleaned up after they finished filming and they put a lot of money into this city and all this stuff. And you're like, I'm driving through Hollywood. I'm like, there's bags of trash everywhere. The road's all jacked up. The sidewalks got grass growing in the cracks and everything. And you're just like, how is this possible? How is this freaking possible if it used to be like everybody wants to go to Hollywood and Beverly Hills and it's so beautiful and everything? It's like, man, it looks like it's a freaking dump. It's a freaking dump. Not to go off on like anything, you know, it's just it's shocking. And I know we give Disney a hard time. All I'm saying is Disney owns a lot of land in Orlando and Central Florida. Disney and Universal both. They own a lot of land. Disney was like, to get to like the theme parks, you drive into Disney property and it still takes you like 20 minutes once you're in the property that Disney owns. And once you cross that sign, they have a big sign, welcome to Disney World, right? Once you cross that sign and you're in Disney property, they got their own police department, their own fire department. You do not see trash or grass growing or a pothole. You don't see any of that stuff on property. You just don't. You just don't see it. And I know we get like, look, they have messaging, they got problems, they're expensive, whatever. I'm just saying, when you drive on that property, the sidewalks are taken care of. You don't see grass. That's why people love going there. It's what I'm trying to say. That people love going there. They have security everywhere. It's like families feel safe. Are they paying an arm and a leg to go there? 100%. Everything is gated. The resorts, they don't let people. It's just, I don't know, man. The grass, it's just beautiful. The trees, everything is like, I'm like, who's ever doing this for Disney needs to do it for the entire freaking state. There's not even like a dead limb on the ground from a tree, you know? That's all I'm saying. My gosh, brother, look at this guy. Oh, I miss Cole Hauser. Hold on. I say F posse. Send the troops in. Commodus. Every phone $199 for $50. When I was a kid, what Nick Shirley, Tyler, and Nick Sorter, I don't know, like Oliviera, did I say that right? Was called investigative journalism. Now all the media is bought and paid for. We have lost the media. Well, I'm sorry. Now the media is bought and paid for, and we have lost the sign of real journalism. Couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree with you more. You want to know what's like, even like where, like, why is this not major news? Yeah, we got a little overtime today. Why is this not major news? I also got a show at 12. Thank you for the $50 donation. My goodness. I'm just like so aggravated. Thank you for all the jewels. Look at you guys, man. Here are the mainstream journalists on China's payroll. I exclusively uncovered the identities of prominent U.S. journalists flown to China by the CCP linked influence operational seeking favorable coverage and positive messages about Beijing. All these journalists were flown to China. She names them all. We're given like exotic tours, military base coverage, gifts, all these things. I'm like, I read through all this and I'm like, this is yeah. Yeah. White House correspondent. It's all about like power and money, you know. It's like posse comitatus. It's where the word posse comes from, meaning a group of people formed to uphold the law. Always suspected Jay's CCP sponsorship. At this point, I might as well be getting paid for something. Commodus? Comita? Well, man, I don't know. Jay did spend time in China. I sure did. 7 trips over there.
To answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Are you aware of anyone who did?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
As you know, Dr. Moransdale faces charges related to destroying records while you distance yourself from him. Is that fair to a decades-long friend?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
When is the last time you spoke to him?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
In hindsight, are you disappointed how you handled COVID? Do you have any regrets?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Dr. Fauci, I want to close with this. Here's how you impacted my family and people close to me. I have daughters with children. You can't imagine the questions they had around vaccines for their kids and themselves, and the pressure, the unbelievable pressure to make the right decision for their health. I can tell you pregnant women who worked with me were so scared because every time they went to the doctor, they were told something different about taking the vaccine, and you caused this. Imagine being a mom trying to protect their kids, or an expectant mother trying to figure out what to do. Every 3 weeks, a doctor tells you a new set of guidance on a vaccine. The haphazard information you released and pushed on the American people with little research is appalling, and why there's so much distrust in our institutions today. That trust is crucial to public health, and you, more than any person or event in my lifetime, have destroyed that trust for millions of Americans. You lied to hundreds of millions of people amid the worst public health crisis in a century.
Probably lives in
You failed to
Minnesota,
follow your own
Bruce,
guidance.
where he's
You
like
force people to watch
paraded
their
as a
loved ones
champion.
die alone over the phone. It's disgusting. You destroyed the federal government's credibility when it comes to public health. We have entire generations of Americans who, rightfully so, do not trust our institution to keep people safe because of you. This has destroyed decades of progress and lifetimes of work.
I'm not really a Rick Scott fan either, if you want my honest opinion.
Differently knowing what you know today, Dr. Fauci.
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
I'm getting this
All
is
the evidence
so...
is right here, and you still can't bring yourself to tell the truth or apologize because you received an auto-pin pardon from a staffer in the Biden White House. If we have another pandemic tomorrow, millions could die because of what you did to make Americans lose trust in their government.
I agree with you,
and
Bruce.
healthcare. How many families have you apologized to had to watch their loved ones die alone? You breached public trust, and now you're hiding behind a fraudulent pardon. Your legacy will not be as a man who has saved America from
Hiding behind a fraudulent pardon.
COVID, but as a man who destroyed the public trust in America's public health institutions in exchange for 5 minutes of fame. This is how history will remember you. I yield back.
Senator Kim.
Thank you, Dr. Fauci, for coming on out in front of this committee. I know it's not what you would want. It's not what you deserve.
This guy, man, he's got a pole in his butt.
I just want to say and start by just saying thank you to you for your service to this nation. I didn't know much about you prior to the pandemic. I came to
I can't, man, I'm usually like, okay. No problem. Okay. All the clips are Fauci pleads the fifth. That's all the clips are. That's all the clips are going to be tomorrow. That's all the clips. That's all it is. Dr. Fauci pleads the fifth. That's all he did. We saw it live. You saw it here first. That's all it is. That's all he did. And here's what's going to happen. The Hollywood celebrities are going to come out and be like, how dare they treat this man so poorly? He tried to save our lives, and look how they're treating him. Look how Trump is treating him. And then the other side will be like, he needs to be locked up and put away a wood chipper in jail and all that stuff. And then the other side is like, he's a national hero. If we ever get into office, he's going to have a medal and all that stuff. And the other side is going to be like, no, he's a criminal and a war and whatever and blah, blah, blah. And what's going to happen? Jack crap. I don't care. Like at this point, like, all right, shout out Benny Johnson. Of course, he's going to have every clip on Twitter because that's who he is. But Rand Paul goes scorched earth on Dr. Fauci in flames on opening statement. Who cares, man? Like, I don't even care anymore. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter that he goes scorched earth. Big deal. Scorched earth. Do something. Freak, man. I'm so sick of that statement. He went scorched earth. Great. Do something. Sorry, man. Sorry. This is not normally me. I'm just like aggravated. Aggravated. My whole timeline is Dr. Fauci pleads the fifth. That's all my timeline is. I don't want to see it anymore. I will say this, though. It was Dr. Fauci and while I'm looking through the top feed here, it was Dr. Fauci and this whole COVID thing that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that's happening. in this country. Because before I just didn't. I mean, honestly, I just didn't care. And now sometimes I wish I was still like that, because sometimes it just doesn't matter. Like, so what? I know everything, right? Jay, you know all the secrets of the government. You know what's going on. It's like, it's probably better that I don't know. It's probably better that I don't know. You know? Because like it's more frustrating to know and then know that nothing's happening. That's what I think. Boy, I'm really like, sorry, it's not my normal self. Like, just like, wow. I'd rather like, all right, let's see where we're at here. I'd rather just laugh at crazy leftists, you know, at this point. You get a little extra time here. Get a little extra time. TikToker from Iowa with they, them pronouns in his bio is encouraging people to vandalize people's cars by breaking their air valve stems to deflate their tires. And he decides to put his face on the internet.
Remember, folks, you can go to jail for slashing somebody's tires, but you won't go to jail for deflating them. See, most people will think when they got a flat tire, all they got to do is put air in it. But if you take the valve stem out of the thing, you can't put air in it. It'll be flat, and then look, when the cheating bastard or the boss that didn't pay you goes to fill the car back up, and they'll be all thinking it's just a little minor thing. Then they'll take this off, and they'll realize the error of their ways. Remember, folks, you can go to jail for slashing somebody's tires, but you won't go to jail for deflating them.
If I were president, I think the easiest way to lock people up is to go on TikTok and just watch, you know? You know, the Bible says those who think they know don't know. What does that have to do with anything? Those who think they know. I don't know anything. You just start with TikTok and just start getting some of these people like, I guess if you didn't do anything wrong, I guess it's okay. It's still a crime, isn't it? That you temper with someone's tire. I guess it depends on what state you live in. I guess it depends. I'd be very careful, like getting caught doing that in Florida, Texas, where people open carry, you know, and like got those stand your ground laws, and so I'd be a little careful. Well, my honest opinion, just a little bit. Your day might not end well. Speaking of the Bible, a biblical disease is back with a vengeance in Florida. Experts warn which animal is to blame. A biblical disease. Is it leprosy? Is it leprosy? Are they talking about? Let me click on the article. 9 banded armadillos. Let's see. But the adorable creatures can bring. Oh, I get an ad, so I can't. They won't let me read the article. Why is that? It is. They're talking about leprosy. Leprosy, yeah. Armadillos are bringing leprosy back to Florida, boys. Florida has the highest rate of leprosy infection in the country, with 17 people diagnosed so far. Leprosy is back on the menu, boys. Leprosy does not easily spread between people, and it requires prolonged exposure to spread. Also, it's very curable. Just with some simple antibiotics, you could be cured of leprosy. Okay. Armadillos carry the bacteria for leprosy, and people being bit by an armadillo. Okay, oh, there you go. Good job spreading biblical jades. Leprosy. Florida, man, I swear. We got everything over here, man. We got everything. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love living in Florida. There's signs of the there's signs on the property. Not my fault. You can't read. I know what you mean, Bruce. Oh. Anyway, that's the show today. I will be back at 12 noon. 12 noon. I think Young Rip is live right now. Is he? He is. I forgot to put the raid on. Can you guys go over to Ripa's channel and just say J Raid? I don't know.
It's just that
Can you guys just go say J Raid?
problem identifying isn't enough, right? Like it's never
There's the
been
link.
for any,
God bless you
anything
guys.
that
Be the
requires a
reason someone
solution.
smiles today. Tell Rip I said hi. Have a good one. I'll see you in a few hours. Culture Casino's live. Geeks and Gamers Daily will be live at 11. I'll be live again at 12 with the crew, Wicked Virtue, Mo Zamboni, and my brother Cole Hauser. Going to be talking pop culture stuff, none of this other stuff. Thank you for the generosity today. What a show. I'll catch you on the next one.